You're listening to Mindful Manifesting. This is Ariana Rollins. I'm so glad you're here. But before we get into the episode, if you have wondered why some things come easy to you and then other things seem to elude you and escape you, we're going to be talking about the importance of values and aligning your values with your goals. And if you would like to explore more, I'm going to put a link in the show notes called Free the Powerful You, which goes into it in depth. It's fast and easy. I think you'll love it. All right, let's dive into the episode. So this week I was thinking about times in my life where things just flowed. I'd think it and something would happen. Like when I got to meet Deepak Chopra, I was wondering to myself, I wonder if meditation would help me with stress. And then the next day I get this invitation to a lunch in San Diego. There are probably, 40 people there, 50 people there, and Deepak Chopra was the speaker. So there was a time in my life, I called it leprechaun ease. It's just, I guess, because my original name was Gallagher. And my father came from England. And so what I would notice when things were, I was efforting and not getting success. So I'd like to talk about, it's actually a section in the book, Mindful Achiever, How to Lead Your Unconscious Mind to Personal Growth and Success. And I'd like to share with you an exercise as it relates to uncovering the values, the things that your motivating force within your unconscious mind. Bear with me here, and it'll make sense how it relates to you accomplishing your goals. Okay. So, does it matter if your goals are aligned with your values? Well, if you want to do things in a most efficient and effective and successful way, absolutely. Of course, we can do whatever we want with our time and energy, but most people have limited time and energy and they want efficiency and success. So about 10 years ago, I hit a rough spot in my life. My work goals, my life goals or intentions, they weren't working. I was setting them, but I wasn't achieving them. And it wasn't due to lack of discipline or effort because I was really motivated and I needed to make the money and I needed to stop the power struggles in my relationship. So this discipline, determination were no longer carrying me, nor was my leprechaun ease present. I was like, gosh, I felt abandoned. I had such good fortune and good luck and just manifesting grace that usually lived with my life, and it was absent. So it was like I hit this big red stop sign or a stoplight, and all the efforts of me pressing on the gas pedal didn't move me forward. Now, I'm not going to say I have a simple one-step, do this, and it's going to fix everything in your life. No, not at all. Life's not like that. Personal growth and development is not like that. It's making the right choices, putting them into action, observing the results and how your life changes. Those are the things, right? And it's that consistency. There's a quick exercise to help you uncover your unconscious mind's values. And in a way, those are the rules that are directing your body. And these rules or these values have been absorbed, learned, experienced, and proven over time to be important to you. And that when you set a goal, if there is something that contradicts one of those values, you likely are going to find it really difficult to achieve it. And if you do achieve it, it's not going to be fulfilling. It's not going to be meaningful. It's not going to be really what you want. So we're going to I'm going to read a little bit from the book today and share about values. And then I'll walk you through a quick exercise. Let's start with a quick definition of values. This is according to yourdictionary.com. Values are a person's or society's beliefs, about good behavior and what things are important. So, as an example, if you grew up in a family that values peace above all else and rejected war for any reason, you might feel contradiction if you were considering joining the military. Maybe you wanted to train as a Top Gun pilot. And if you're passionate about serving your country, but the idea of going to war creates fear in your family, you're going to feel inner conflict. You're going to feel contradiction. So even though you're excited at a conscious level about being accepted into a top-notch military school and you know all the benefits that could come from being in the military, those values that you hold true, your family values, can sabotage you from either accomplishing it or being or enjoying it, feeling like you made the right choice. So how do values relate to manifesting? Well, when we value something, it connects us to a natural motivating force. For example, we would move mountains to help a loved one. Our values are like an inner compass. When we follow them, we feel relaxed. When we go against them, we feel a niggling feeling that something isn't right. Yes, values evolve and grow as we do, and they change over time depending on the stage of your life. For example, in high school, maybe fitting in was one of your highest values, to be liked. And now you value self-expression, and you're okay with people not liking what you're saying or doing. So as we grow older, our values evolve and our wishes and desires need to keep up. And it's wise to update our values from time to time and to do it with conscious awareness. Because if we assume we hold the same values we had when we were younger, we could long for something that is no longer relevant or possible. And going after something that's not meaningful drags us down. It's not fulfilling. And it takes our unconscious mind, it puts up resistance in the unconscious mind, where let's say we have something in an intention and we've put our energy into it and our unconscious mind is putting the brakes on. It's like taking that manifesting power we have and flushing it away. So respecting your desires and knowing your current values will ensure whatever you are choosing to focus your energy and time on will be meaningful. And your chances of succeeding are going to go way up. So let's talk about this quick exercise here. So if you have got the Kickstart Your Manifesting Journey, that little workbook and guided meditation, you will already have this. It's a wish list. And you're going to be doing that exercise, and I'll put a link in the show notes for you to grab that. You're just writing down your wishes, and you are writing down all the changes you want to make in your life, everything that you want to accomplish, do, be, and have. And then you're going to be tracking those wishes, those desires, tracking them to determine if the timing is right, if they are aligned. Are you trying to pursue something from an adopted value? This is going into a little bit more detail, but you can read about that in chapter 4 in my book, Mindful Achiever. What I really want to zoom to is the value discovery exercise. Okay. So you want to get peaceful, grounded. If you'd like to listen to the True Self Grounding Meditation, which you get in Kickstart Your Manifesting Journey, you get that in the workbook. You've got your wish list there, okay? And we're just going to be double checking, are these right for you at this time? And are they something that you experience alignment, peace, relaxation around pursuing? Or are they creating a contradiction or conflict within your unconscious mind's values? Are they triggering something? Okay, so you got yourself grounded, you're quiet, And then you'll do this exercise. If you're driving or working out, then maybe you'll need to pause and then do this when you're in a peaceful place, because you're going to want to write things down. Okay. So in the book, there is a list of values, which you obviously can't look at that right now, but you can ask yourself, maybe just focus on your heart and just take a cleansing breath and exhale. Ask yourself, what are my top 5 values? What are my top 5 values? It could be creativity, peace, freedom, joy, harmony, truth, purpose, tranquility, respect, love, forgiveness, happiness, gentleness, trust, kindness, self-expression, family, commitment. There are lots of values. Independence. You might already have done this exercise if you've ever worked with a coach, or there's the DiMartini method of values. So you might already know this. So you've got those written down, those your top 5 values. And now what you're going to do is uncover memories of when you were expressing that value, or maybe even when you were experiencing it, witnessing someone really demonstrating that value beautifully and effectively. Here's an example. Say one of your values is privacy. Suppose you recall when this value became a guiding factor in your life and really important. You remember a time when someone invaded your privacy. They looked at your email and came across some confidential information. From then on, privacy became something you live by. You decided you would not invade another person's privacy, and you expect at an unconscious level that other people would respect yours. So if you had a journal out, you wouldn't expect that someone would pick it up and read it. If you left your computer on and you had your emails open, you wouldn't anticipate or expect someone would read your emails. Or if your phone was open, they wouldn't pick it up and see who you had been texting, for example. So this exercise shows you how that value operates in your life. And you're going to be looking for memories where you expressed that value or witnessed someone else representing that value. So what you're doing is you are taking your top 5 values and you're looking back over your life where you were exhibiting that, demonstrating that, living that value, or perhaps where you were watching somebody else do it. So let's say you have the value of reliability. Okay. And you tune in to, when was I being reliable? Or where do I express reliability? Or who do I surround myself with that demonstrates that value of reliability? One of the things I value about one of my best friends is when we set a time to chat and check in, because we don't live near each other, she's reliable. When we make a commitment to do an activity like we have done for several years, the New Year No Limits, which I do on January 1st, and she and I will go into it in more depth, one-to-one. And I know that when I set something up with my friend, with Natalie, she's going to turn up. And it builds a trust, a connection, and that value of reliability is really important to me. In contrast to another friend where I'd set up a time and he wouldn't show. I would call, he wasn't available. Or that we had something planned, an activity to do together, and I would get on the Zoom call and he didn't turn up. Well, once or twice, you can understand that. I slept in, I was tired, rough night sleeping. And we have compassion for someone and we will accept, these were extraordinary circumstances. But when it happens several times, over a period of time, you start to question their reliability. And again, if reliability is one of your top values, you are going to be motivated to do things and be around people who express that value. So how would reliability turn up in a goal, an intention, an objective or a wish that you want to manifest? Well, how about reliable income? That's a good one, right? So reliability, it would be important for you to have reliable income, something that you can depend on. It's consistent. Now, if you're employed and you're thinking about becoming let's say a life coach, put your shingle out and you're working with people to help them achieve their objectives and goals, help them improve their communication, connection in their relationships, all the things that a wonderful life coach does. So you are working full-time now. You've got a salary, you've got paid holidays, vacation, and health benefits, and you have a reliable paycheck, comes through twice a month. Well, if your value of reliability, and as it relates to money, you'll find it challenging to jump from being full-time employment to being self-employed. And for many people, income goes up and down as a self-employed person. Are you starting to see the importance of understanding your values and how it relates to you successfully achieving your goals? Let me take a moment longer now with this example, because we are not controlled or dictated by our life experiences, by our family values, like the example of someone who wanted to enter the military, or someone who wants to become self-employed, an entrepreneur, because the desire to have time freedom, to not have your income capped. Your income is determined by your efforts. I mean, those are really attractive things. You get to work with people you love. You're not sitting next to a coworker who has, I don't know, a cough or has a nasally voice. I don't know. I'm just making this up. Okay, you get to direct your life in a way that suits you and is aligned with your values. So, is there a way to overcome that reliability in income? Well, it's going to go beyond this particular episode, but that might be a really good episode to dive into. But let me explore it just briefly here for you. So if you set an objective, those are the terms we use in my work. If you set an objective for becoming self-employed and creating and offering a business that's attractive, people love it, you get consistent clients from it. And yes, you can set objectives in my work with that level of detail. It's really amazing. It's not just, I'm going to generate $10,000 this month. Now you can get, I'm working with my perfect for me clients. I've got a marketing offer, a lead magnet that's really highly engaging and attractive, on and on and on, for the detailed kind of perfect for you business. So you set that objective. And then what will happen is those things that are contradicting what you want and contrary to that will start to float like cream to the surface. And we call those blockers or unconscious resistance programs, ways of being that are no longer serving you, because now you want to move away from that reliable income to being self-employed. I hope you're tracking this. And so what do? You're not subject to that. We would use the term you resolve it. It's not pushing it away. It's not just tapping it away. Tapping can be brilliant, but when it's a deeply aligned and lived to value over your life, tapping usually doesn't get to the core root, nor does it change it. Your consciousness has to come in and change the value. So you would resolve it. You'd resolve that blocker. And again, it's not just changing the energy off it and diffusing the charge. It is taking your consciousness and you are recreating, re-perceiving, putting in a new, I don't know if I would say, well, you could say a new value. You could move from that reliability as it turns up in income for you into reliability in other areas of your life. So you're starting to use that value of reliability of I get to work with people I love, reliability of I set my own schedule, reliability of I get to create the things and offers that are really aligned for me so that you're more in control of your time and your energy. Maybe that's another way of thinking about reliability. I hope this was helpful for you. And I do, as we start to wrap up the podcast, is if you would like to delve into this deeper, and if you would actually like me to guide you through this exercise, your value discovery exercise, we are doing a workshop. It's a live workshop and it's on February 17th, and I will put a link into the show notes, and it's completely free for you if you have Free the Powerful You. And it's a little mini course. It's really inexpensive, and I'll share with you how you can get access to that. This is such an important topic, and I don't know many people talking about it because we have, especially in this day and age, that we have this view that we can do, be, and accomplish anything. And while that's true on the one hand, there's also some physical limitations, which I've talked about before in other podcasts. If you're 60 years old and you finally discover, hey, I want to be a mother and I want to birth a child, well, there's some adaptations around that. I don't know if it's possible, might be, but you could at least adopt. So looking at the physical limitations of our body, if we are now 50 years old and we want to be a heavyweight boxing champion of the world, it may be possible. Might have to give some things up if you want to do that. I mean, these are kind of extreme examples. But why I like this work is that it's practical, it's grounded, it's in the physical world. So it's like bringing spirit into form. It's balancing the spiritual, maybe on the left hand, and the material on the right. And then we bring them together so that we get the energy from the unseen worlds, from spirit, from soul, from our heart, and we're actually gently using that energy to create what we want in our life. The timing's right, it's really right for us, it's aligned, and let's wrap it up with it is value aligned. So I love to work with you to help you uncover your values and do the value discovery exercise. All right. And as we wrap up this episode, remember when you chart your own course, your own path to success, when you are aligned with your values and you are connected with what's right for you and you're not looking to the outside world for confirmation, you chart your own path to success. I said that way wobbly. Because I was so into values. I appreciate you so much for listening to the podcast. I know your time is valuable, and you've got me in your earbuds. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. All right. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and so much love. Bye for now.